I'm Ashton Addison from Blockwest Capital for Investment Pitch Media and the Crypto Coin Show. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Zach Burks, the CEO of Mintable. Zach, welcome to the show, and it is great to see you again.
Yeah, thanks, Ashton. I appreciate it, man. It's been a while, but I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, so much has happened, especially throughout 2021. It's just seen an explosion in NFTs, and I'm really excited to dive into Mintable's latest updates. And some of the collections you're working on are really interesting. I would love for you to kick it off for those who need to get up to speed in the world of NFTs with just an overview of Mintable and the platform that your team has created.
Yeah. NFTs are digital items in the blockchain, and when you have digital items, you need to have a marketplace to create or trade or buy and sell these digital items. And so that's what Mintable does: is we provide this very easy, familiar marketplace experience. It's we look at eBay, we look at Amazon, we look at Etsy, and we say, how can we replicate this for NFTs? So that's what Mintable does. But on the other end, Mintable is the most flexible way for you to make an NFT. So if you're an artist, if you're a YouTuber, if you're a musician, if you, even if you have like documents or, audiobooks or you name it, you can make it as an NFT on Mintable, and it's very, very easy to do so. And so that's kind of the bread and butter of what we do, is we make it very accessible so that even, my mom can come on and make an NFT and get involved with blockchain and crypto without having to know all the complicated stuff.
Definitely. And I think that that's going to be super important as more people become aware of their ability to create NFTs easily on their own, and not just something that they have to stand on the sidelines and purchase NFTs from major companies. Anybody really has access to this, and it's democratized access to creating your own non-fungible tokens. And as you mentioned, it's not just art and collectibles, but there's many different forms that you can create inside NFTs, and we'll dive into that in a little bit here. But I want to talk about, since last time we spoke, Mintable has grown so much. NFTs have grown a lot, but I feel like Mintable has grown even more, and it's become one of the major marketplaces. And I wanted to know, out of this sea of NFT marketplaces and trading that's going on throughout all these different platforms, how you really stood out to become one of these notable platforms. Is it some competitive advantage or something unique that really has excelled the growth of Mintable throughout the last year and more?
Yeah, thank you. We've been growing insane. It's just been absolutely insane. We have hundreds of thousands of users. We get millions and millions of page requests and visits on the site. We've got, I think around 700,000 items been made on our platform so far that are listed for sale. I think the key to the success here is it comes down to like three things. One, that it's a familiar, easy experience. When I mentioned my mom, that wasn't just like a side joke. We really built things for my mom, right? My mom is just a normal person. She can barely use Facebook, she's in the older generations, and she's not a crypto user. So if we can get her to use our platform just like she can use Amazon or she can shop on Etsy, then that's the goal, right? That allows for mass adoption. So we really strive to build a platform that everyone can use and access. One of these things is like we accept a credit card. So on Mintable, you can go take any NFT and sell it on Mintable, but then anyone can come along and buy it with a credit card. So even if the person doesn't have blockchain experience, they've never gotten a wallet before, they've never bought Ether, they can buy your NFT and you get crypto, they get the NFT, right? So that's really powerful. So from the creating standpoint of being able to come along and create an NFT, to be able to buy an NFT, it's a very easy, smooth experience. And then, we have special drops where we work with really exclusive creators or brands to release NFTs that are, highly sought after and special. And of course, that's a really big marketing event. A lot of people see it, gets a lot of coverage. So when you do, these three things of having an easy, familiar experience, being really flexible, and providing just technology that other people don't have. For example, with gasless minting, which is something that we created, it allows for anyone to come on and make an NFT on Ethereum completely for free. And there's no gas costs, there's no transaction fees, there's no layer twos involved, there's no downside, right? And that's huge because last year, when you wanted to make an NFT, you had to pay $25, $50, $75 in a transaction fee. And so if you are looking to make 100 NFTs, that's like $5,000. And that's a lot of money that, you know, if you're new, you're not going to spend because you don't know if any of these are going to sell. So with gasless minting, it's completely free to make 100 NFTs, 1,000 NFTs, however many NFTs you want to make, right? Most people will make 1 or 2 or maybe 5, right? Because they're just diving into it. But without an upfront cost and without the requirement of having crypto, it means that you can go to your neighbor, they can open up Mintable, and they can make an NFT within 2 minutes. Whereas every other platform, to go to your neighbor, they've got to go to Coinbase first, they've got to deposit money, they've got to buy crypto, then they've got to transfer it over, blah, blah, blah. It takes days and days, and those people never do it, right? And so these are important things that we look at when we say, let's address these and let's fix these so that, again, my mom, your neighbor, your brother, your cousin, the guy you met on the street, all of these people can use NFTs, and that's really our goal.
That's incredible. And I think it's a great way, you know, there's a lot of people that really have gotten into NFTs that weren't even in crypto before. And I think it's really opening the door for them to get into cryptocurrency and understanding how the blockchain works, you know, regardless of if they were interested in Bitcoin and the financial systems before. This is like a whole new door opening. So I think Mintable has done a really good job. And as you mentioned, there's already hundreds of thousands that have been minted because of this gasless minting, making it so easy. So thank you so much for doing that, Zach. It really is a great part of the industry. And I think it's helping move all of blockchain forward. And you touched on a couple other points there. You saw in the recent news, as you continue to grow, your team recently closed a Series A round, 13 million, I believe it was. Congratulations on that. It's just another a testament to the growth of Mintable, making huge partnerships, raising capital to continue growing. Can you talk about closing that and the next steps for growing even more with that in the bag?
Yeah, I think closing a Series A is a really pivotal moment for any startup. And the investors that we brought on board is just a powerhouse of investors, you know, from founders and CEOs of publicly traded companies to C-level executives of some of the largest tech giants in the world, family offices that were, you know, kind of specializing in certain categories that we want to focus in, to blockchain, you know, powerhouses like Ripple and, you know, obviously Animoca. So we have Animoca Brands, we have Ripple, we have Spark Digital, we have Sky Vision, and these are all crypto blockchain focused funds or investors that bring a specific set of skills. And then we have other investors that are more traditional that bring a whole nother set of skills in terms of, you know, what we're trying to achieve with our mission. And, you know, we did raise $13 million. And the question is for what, right? What are we going to use that for? And that is to achieve that mission that we're trying to get to, what I talked about earlier, where you can go to someone, introduce them to NFTs, and they can use Mintable immediately. Just like, you know, I don't think anyone ever needed to be introduced to Amazon, right? You just kind of realize what it was. You're like, okay, I want to buy this, put in my card info, I'm using Amazon, right? And that's our goal. We want people to realize that they just go on and they buy this NFT. There's no friction there, right? One of the things is obviously expanding our team. We went from a small team to we're a little bit larger, but we're still a small team, right? We have about 15 employees, and we want to get to about 35 by the end of the year, which is coming up very quickly. But it shows that the reason we have 35 is because there's specific tasks, positions we need, divisions internally within Mintable. We have a lot of exciting things that are coming out that you can look at as, so I'll give you an example, Mintable Plus. So we're releasing Mintable Plus very soon, and I can't talk about what it is just yet, but it is Mintable Plus, so something better than Mintable, right? Or I guess different. It's not, you know, it's not going to replace Mintable by any means. And then we have a lot of really exciting features that we're adding. Just, you know, by the time this interview is probably out, we will have a really big update that changes the entire way that our whole system works for stores and items and automatically getting these items off the blockchain. Here in 3-6 months, we'll probably be on the the XRP ledger as well. So you'll be able to utilize Ethereum, XRP, Zilliqa. We have layer 2s that we're working on as well, that we're working to integrate from Polygon to Immutable X. So we've got a lot of moving parts, and there's a lot of things going on that we want to, execute properly. And it's really critical to be able to go and have an experienced investor that was the founder of a publicly traded company, during the .com era all the way up till now. It's still a very highly successful company, and be able to talk to them and rely on them and say, hey, what are your thoughts on this? How would you do this? Or, how can we work together? How can you help us out here? This is very important. And this is one of the benefits of, I think, the all-stars that we got for investors, right? From Cuban, who, bought the Beeple $70 million NFT, who's obviously an expert within the crypto and NFT space, and then the crypto funds that we have that are experts within the crypto space, but then the more traditional players that are experts in scaling a tech company or a tech startup. And so we're extremely excited. And I think that there's just, the party is just starting, right? There's just so much that's going to come for Mintable. I can't wait.
Yeah, it sounds like your team has a lot on its plate, and I'm sure you're going to need those extra employees to be able to manage this all. But it does sound super exciting, especially for Mintable Plus. I'm excited to see what that is. I know you're leaving us on the edge of our seats here. So Zach, thank you so much for coming on and talking about all of these amazing updates. It sounds like your team's full steam ahead, and I'm sure 2021 has been the most exciting year for your team, and it probably will get even more exciting. So we definitely need to follow up in the near future when you do come out with more of these updates, and I want to hear how it's progressing. For the viewers that are looking to follow along with that Stan Lee drop, with Mintable Plus, getting involved in the community, learning more about creating NFTs, and just using the platform, what's the best way for them to learn more and get involved in the community?
Yeah, so you just go to mintable.com, mintable.app. We have both. We'll actually rebrand to .com soon. But you go to mintable.app, you can check out the site, you can get involved with NFTs right away, you can start making NFTs. The Stan Lee drop is mintable.app/Stan Lee Legacy, all one word. But if you just go to Mintable's homepage, you'll see it all over the place. And if you Google it, you'll also just find it right off the bat. So if you want to get involved with the community, we're doing a lot of community engagement right now, where we're doing meet and greets with artists and people that have been established in the NFT space to kind of talk with the newer people. We're working on a Sellers University as well as a university course to walk you through. So the best way to follow along is to follow us on Twitter, which is Mintable_app, and then also join our Discord community, which has, I think, 17,000 people in it right now. So it's quite a large community. There's a ton of people that are talking and chatting and hanging out. And so that's always a good way to get up-to-date news with us, but then also to kind of dive into the NFT ecosystem and learn. So yeah, definitely follow us on Twitter, join the Discord, and then obviously just check out the site at mintable.app.
Definitely, Zach. Thank you for that. I will leave those links in the description box below. All the best with all of these amazing updates your team is working on, and let's follow up in the near future.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.